The news continues in South Africa, where police in Zimbabwe have arrested veteran journalist Blessed Mhlanga, charging him with 2 counts of contravening Section 164 of the Criminal Law Codification and Reform Act for allegedly transmitting data messages inciting violence. The charges related to Mhlanga granting an interview to war veteran Blessed Geza, a staunch opponent of Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa 2030 agenda, war veteran and Zanu PF Central Committee member. Geza was issued press briefings and interviews through HSTV anchored by Mhlanga, calling for President Emmerson Mnangagwa to resign from office immediately, adding that failure to which the people of Zimbabwe will use the constitution to assist him to step down. On Tuesday, Mhlanga appeared at Harare Court and was denied bail. He remains in custody. Now joining us to discuss this further is Nigel Nyamutumbu. He's a Media Alliance of Zimbabwe coordinator. Thank you so much for joining us, Nigel.
Sure, it's a pleasure being here.
All right, Nigel, can you provide more details about the circumstances surrounding Blessed Mhlanga's arrest? What led to his detainment following his interview with war veterans?
Yes, for starters, just to make a slight correction, Mhlanga was not denied bail, as it were. The magistrate presiding over the case said was that he will come with his determination on Thursday, that is the 27th of February. In terms of the context leading to Mhlanga's arrest, it is informed really by discohesion within the ruling party and the ruling elite, in particular, insofar as the fundamental question in respect of the extension of President Mnangagwa's tenure as president, which is supposed to end in 2028, with one faction within the ruling party and ruling elite in support of that particular motion. Yet on the other, there is some contestations and disputes around the same. This is something that has been playing out in the public domain. And HSTV, and in particular, Blessed Mhlanga, has been providing the platforms for Zimbabwean citizens to engage, to discuss the issue. Which, however, has resultantly led him to being arrested on allegations of inciting violence. What is evident and what is clear is Mhlanga did not himself make the remarks that the state are alleging in his arrest. It is an interviewee, which then brings the question on whether it is actually Mhlanga being the one confronted, or it is the platform and profession and act of journalism.
Well, about Mhlanga not being the one to, who actually made that particular statement. In your opinion, what does his arrest, even though he's innocent of that particular accusation, what does his arrest signal about the state of press freedom in Zimbabwe?
It is indeed an unfortunate incident. And it reflects a regression insofar as the incremental gains that we had made as advocates for free expression, as defenders of media freedom. It is worth noting that through the various engagements and interventions that we have made, the media law reform process, a police media action plan, and basic conversations around the creation of a conducive environment for journalism to thrive. All these have now been deterred by the current move by the state to step in and in all intents and purposes shoot the messenger who is merely carrying a platform for the diversity of voices to be heard, who is merely being a purveyor of information, a purveyor of opinions that people hold, a purveyor of freedom of expression, which is expressly guaranteed in the Constitution. So it is indeed an unfortunate incident, and one would hope that at some point, sooner rather than later, the state drops the charges against Mhlanga and perhaps even delve into a deeper conversation around amending or repealing that particular provision, which in all intents and purposes presents a chilling effect on the practice of journalism. Because by criminalizing transmission and broadcasting of information, you essentially
Hello, Nigel. All right. Sadly, we've lost Nigel, but thank you so much for your time and for speaking to us on this.